Hey, this is an introduction to Module 7, Lab number 2, the Magnetism and Electricity Lab. This is not a very difficult lab and it's not very time consuming. You just have to be very careful, especially with the first part. It has 4 different parts. For the first part, you will take the wires that are provided in your lab kit. Grab an old flashlight and unscrew the top and get the light bulb out of it and hook it up to the wires and to a battery. There are 9 different configurations that are given to you in a diagram for part 1, and you are to follow each configuration, so hook it up exactly like it's shown in the picture and figure out which one of those configurations works to provide a closed circuit to light up the bulb and which doesn't. Most of them will not, I'll tell you, so be careful how you hook them up. Follow the figures, the diagrams exactly, because just a little bit of a movement up or down that where the light bulb is might make a difference. So be very careful on how you do that part. You will also have 3 or 4 different questions, and just because there isn't an actual template for this lab, most students from previous years seem to miss the questions. The questions are right in the lab instructions, so make sure that you pay attention where you find questions, otherwise you will miss them and you will not take credit for answering the questions. So there's about, I think, 3 or 4 questions for that first part. Once you are done with that part, then the next activity, you take a 9-volt battery and you are provided, I believe, with a piece of steel wool in your, if I can find it now, maybe not. Yeah, you are. So a piece of steel wool. If not, I know that you are, but if you're not, then just get a piece of fine steel wool and hook it up through the wires to the terminals of a 9-volt battery. And watch closely because it's not going to take a whole lot. Watch what happens and record it. And try to speculate why that is. Why is happening? Explain what you observe. Okay, that's part number 2. For part number 3, you are given in the lab kit as well a bunch of iron filings. So take a white piece of paper and a magnet. You can get one at Radio Shack, and dump the iron filings on top of the paper and put the magnet underneath the paper and observe the field lines that are formed. You either then have to take a picture and submit the picture, or you can draw it by hand if you want to, what the field lines look like. Most students find it easier just to take a picture and then submit the picture, but it's up to you to do either or. I will accept both. Then for the last part, you need to test 10 different objects with the magnet and see which ones are magnetic and which ones aren't. Do not test a computer screen or a TV screen, otherwise you will ruin them. So just test different objects, that preferably not electronic objects, and figure out which ones are magnetic and which ones aren't. And just write a list of the 10 objects and specify which one is magnetic and which one isn't. And that is all that you have to do for this lab.